Okay guys, so we are back out on the road again. Just a couple minutes ago we left Corona del Mar State Beach and just riding southbound on PCH right now. I hope I made it's kind of short to going the other way and going home that way, but the traffic hasn't been too bad on the way to Newport, so I thought I'd just stick on the PCH going south for a little bit, and yeah, it looks pretty good. I guess because it's not that sunny of a day today, people are coming to the beach a little later when the sun kind of makes an appearance, so yeah, this looks good. Just sticking along the coast going southbound here, and oh, excuse me, we'll keep making our way south up through Laguna Beach, and then take Laguna Canyon coming back home across the 133 that way. So it should be really pretty. It's a nice pretty cool day to be out today. Probably by now it's about 70 degrees or so. For those of you that have been riding, or those of you that do own and ride the older generation Goldwings pre-2018, particularly I have a 2008 Honda Goldwing. I came across a video the other day from a vlogger. His channel's name is called Mo's Motorcycle Journeys, and I've followed a couple of videos of his. I've been watching him for a little while, but I came across one of his older videos, and I think it was a 2005 GL 1800 he was doing this to, but he did something, he did a ECM reset on his motorcycle, on his Goldwing, and the reason why he did that was because he found that his wing was idling really rough and wasn't that smooth through acceleration. And so he ran you through the process of this ECM reset that he did on his motorcycle, and when he was done with the reset, his motorcycle ran considerably smoother. In particular at idle, it was just idling really smooth, and not that I have had any issues with my motorcycle. It rides really well, but every once in a while there would be that kind of little rough idle, and sometimes I found that my wing was idling a little high. Normally I idle what I can kind of estimate around 750, 800 RPMs, but there were times when I would sit at idle and it would kind of be like fluctuate and kind of get above that 1000 RPM level. And so yesterday I came across one of his older videos where he was talking about this ECM reset, and I did the reset on my motorcycle, and I wonder if any of you have ever done that. Now, not recommending that you guys go around and do this, because you know, I'm not vouching that this is a Honda approved technique or anything like that, but the way he showed it being done was, now you've got to have your motorcycle completely cool. The engine's got to be completely cool. I hadn't ridden the motorcycle for 2 days, so it had just been sitting in my garage for the 2 days, and I then put it on the center stand, and let me try and get around here. I put it on the center stand, and you disconnect your negative lead from the battery, and then you take a wire, or you can take some small alligator clips if you have those. I'll always love this view coming out here, it looks so beautiful. So you disconnect your negative lead from your battery, the main negative lead, and then you take some small alligator clips or just a wire and connect the positive of your battery to the disconnected lead that you took off your battery, and you let your bike sit like that for 10 minutes, and after 10 minutes you just connect your obviously take that lead or the alligator clips that you had connected from the positive to that disconnected negative lead. You disconnect that, and then you connect your negative lead back to your battery, and then right where it stands, I had my bike on the center stand, as I said, and right where it stands, you start your motorcycle and you just let it run without touching anything, and you have to let that run until your fans kick on, and then you let your fans run through the radiator fans, that is, you let the radiator fan run through one complete cycle, and then when the fans turn off again, that's when you can turn your motorcycle off, and then you can take it out for a regular ride, and then apparently the ECM relearns your riding style. And so at first when I watched the video I was like, is this a gimmick or is this for real? But like I said, I did the procedure yesterday, and today I'm out riding the motorcycle, and I don't know if it's just mental or what, but my bike does idle a lot smoother than it did before. Just sitting here and idling, it just holds idle really smooth without any fluctuating of RPMs or anything like that. And I actually feel there's a difference in the smoothness of the way the bike accelerates. Now once again, I'm not saying this is something that you guys should go and do. This is just something that I thought I would try, and I felt safe doing it because he on the channel ran you exactly through what he was doing, and he was doing it to his own motorcycle to prove to you that it doesn't do any damage to the vehicle. And yeah, I've felt it changed. The RPMs at idle is a lot smoother. It idles a lot smoother, and I feel like I do have a lot smoother acceleration going through switching gears. going through the gears, accelerating through the gears. So yeah, in the comments down below, if you guys have done this procedure, first of all, have you heard of this procedure of resetting the ECM on the Goldwing, the older model Goldwings? I've heard some guys, I've seen some videos of some guys that reinitialize the DCT transmission, and I've seen a couple guys do that and explain how that is done on their channels. But on these older bikes, that was pretty interesting. And like I say, I felt, or I do feel, it was just yesterday that I have it, and I now have about 21 miles on the motorcycle since I've done it, and I feel a difference in the way my accelerator or the throttle response is on the motorcycle. I feel a lot smoother acceleration, and especially at idle there's not that fluctuation sometimes of the RPMs. It just sits nice and steady at idle. So yeah, I don't know if it's something I would ever do again to my motorcycle. Maybe the next time I change like my spark plugs or something, I'll do it again. But yeah, I don't think it's something that I will do again or need to ever do again. But yeah, thought that was just something interesting. So yeah, like I was saying, have you ever heard of this ECM reset on the older style Goldwings, first of all? And if you have you ever performed this type of ECM reset on your motorcycle? Was your procedure that you followed the same as what I did, where you disconnect the negative lead and then take a wire or some alligator clips and connect from the positive to that disconnected lead, leave it on for 10 minutes, disconnect, connect the negative lead back to the battery, and then let your motor run until the fans of the radiator go through one complete cycle of turning on and turning off. And yeah, was your procedure, if this is something you have done on the older style wings, mine's a 2008, if this is something you have done on your older style wing, let me know. Was your procedure the same? Did you find a positive result? Did you have a negative result? Did you have no change at all? For me, this was come on buddy, for me this was a positive experience. As soon as we get past all these lights and stuff right here, we'll be moving pretty good. Hey, look how we're getting some beautiful blue skies now. Behind me, it's I don't know if you guys can see in the mirror right there behind me, it's still pretty cloudy and a little foggy at the ocean. This is the city of Laguna we're coming through right now. Broadway Boulevard. These hills are absolutely gorgeous. Imagine living up there with your view of the ocean every day. Oof, pretty, pretty, pretty. this year. If you guys have been, I think my channel's been running for about 2.5, 3 years now, something like that. And if you guys have been following us, normally once a year around the beginning of summertime, beginning to middle of June, somewhere around there, we'll take a week and just take a trip somewhere and travel across the US on the motorcycle. This year with our schedules, unfortunately that didn't work out. We were originally planning to take a trip out to Yellowstone, and then landed up putting those plans on hold. Hopefully next year we'll be able to do that. But just with how busy our schedules were and our work worked out and life, just kind of had to roll with the punches, as they say. And we'll eventually get out there and do Yellowstone. It just wasn't this summer, but looking forward to do that trip soon. Another one we are really itching to do is to take a ride out to South Dakota, to go out to see some of the sights out there, Mount Rushmore, ride Needles Highway, the Black Hills back there and all that. And one of the things I've always wanted to do since, well, both my wife and I, since we became citizens, one of the things we've always wanted to do was to take a trip out to Washington, D.C. That one I don't think we'll be doing on a motorcycle. We'll fly out there and try and get out to see, just rent a vehicle out there and try and see some of the sights out there and visit out in that area. There's so many pretty places out here in the US to go to. One of the other trips we also want to do is taking some time and spending some time out in Zion National Park, Bryce Canyon, Zion National Park, all of that area right there. 2 years ago was it that we did the North Rim, the South Rim, Horseshoe Bend. So gorgeous. And originally that was what got my adventure on YouTube started. Was we got this Goldwing and started recording some videos and posted it on YouTube just for memories, and people started watching them, and it kind of grew into, I'm still a pretty small channel compared to some of these other YouTube monsters out there that have hundreds of thousands or over 1 million followers. But for those of you that watch my videos, I'm pretty glad to have you guys here and that you enjoy the content, mostly here from Southern California, but also from our trips that we've taken so far on this beautiful Goldwing. Now last year, what is it, 2025, 2024 was when we did the Redwoods. 2023 was when we did the Grand Canyon and Horseshoe Bend. And on that trip to the Grand Canyon and Horseshoe Bend was the first time, well, we traveled with one of those Seaway little hitch carriers in the back, where we had some luggage back on there, and then on the top of the top box right here on the Goldwing. And halfway through that trip, Kevin was laughing at me because I said The first thing I'm going to look at now when we get back home is to find myself a trailer. And we eventually I actually found one pretty quickly on Facebook Marketplace. My intention was to kind of wait for winter to come along, and oh, look at the traffic going to the beach right now. Oh man, my original plan was to wait for the winter of that year of 2023 and purchase during the winter, thinking that prices would come down during the winter time. But then I saw a guy out in Santa Barbara, which is about like 3.5 hours or so, 4 hours from where I live, and he was selling that Can Am RT622 that I purchased, and man, it was at a price that I couldn't turn down. Drove out there, picked up the trailer, and then we did our trip to the Redwoods with the trailer, and man, how much more comfortable and convenient it is to have that extra packing space with the trailer. And riding with the trailer, you don't even feel that you have it on the back of your motorcycle. It feels like nothing. I actually, obviously you're aware that the trailer is there, and while I'm riding with the trailer, I continuously look to my mirrors right here to make sure the trailer's still back there, because you just don't feel that thing back there. And it made for a really great trip to the Redwoods. There was just short of 1900 miles that we traveled up to the Redwoods and back. And yeah, I'm so glad I didn't wait on that trailer. When you try to find a Can Am trailer right now, they are running even used. They don't make them anymore, and so the only way you can purchase those RT622s are purchasing them used, and they're running for double the price that I paid for them right now. Yeah, I bought at the perfect time. Bought at the perfect time. Very cool. Yeah, so that's my little ride leaving Corona del Mar State Beach, coming south through PCH, through Newport and Crystal Cove, Laguna Beach, and then here through Laguna Canyon, and just like that, I'm just a couple minutes away from home again. Perfect time of the day to go out riding, seeing that the beach wasn't so full, and as you guys can see, with the traffic going in the opposite direction we just passed right there, the beach is about to become packed pretty soon again. So yeah, perfect day, perfect time to be out riding, perfect time to be coming home. Well, that's it from me, folks. I hope you guys stay safe and you're enjoying your riding out there. Next time I'm out on the road, I'll try and get out with Kevin. In the previous video we spoke about some of the troubles he's been having with his Sena 60S since he purchased that, and we are going to be taking that out on a test ride. Recently Sena just came out with I believe the last 2 updates within 2 days or so of each other was 1.18 and the version 2.1 firmware, and hopefully we can do a test of that. And I mean, I really hope that it's fixed for him, because that's his second 60S he's purchased after returning the first one, thinking that he had problems with the first one, but now finding out that a lot of people are having that same issue with communication being all garbled and not clear above like about 40 miles per hour, 50 miles per hour is just non-existent. And he's past his return period, so now he just has to hope and wait that Sena comes out with a fix for the issue, and hopefully that does happen. But good to be out with you guys. Once again, this is DJ here with DJ on a Wing. I'll see you guys next time. Stay safe out on the road. If you out riding, stay safe. See you guys later.